Okay, now you are going. Do you have any doubts in the previous topic? Anybody has any doubts in the previous topic? Anybody has any doubts in the previous topic? Bending stress. cu- Anybody has any doubts? Stresses in a curved bars. Okay, can we move to the next topic? Those who enter the room, please enter your roll numbers in the chat box. Those who have entered the room, please enter your roll numbers in the chat box. Okay, now the next topic is rotating disc and cylinders. Okay, in the syllabus you have a rotating disc. Okay, till now we have studied about the stresses in bars in a linear direction, the stresses acting in a single bar, the stresses acting in a multiple bars, the stresses acting with the bars with a varying cross sections. Then you have studied about taper bars. Then you have studied about taper rods. Then you have studied about lateral stresses. Okay, biaxial stresses, stresses acting in two directions, and the shear stress. Then you have studied about beams. Then you have studied about shear force and bending moment diagram of different types of beams. Then you have studied about bending stresses in beams. Then you have studied about shear stresses in beams. Have studied about deflection in beams. Then you have studied about deflection in beams. Okay, you have studied different topics. Then you have studied about thick cylinders, thin cylinders. Now, in the last class, you have studied about the stresses in curved bars. Now you are going to study about the rotating discs. Understand? These are all. Here it is a circular object. You have in the last class you have studied about semicircular objects like crane hook, like C clamp. Here you are going to study about the total stresses in a circular objects. Understand? Here you are going to study about the stresses in a rotating disc. Here, when you see the introduction here, okay, the stresses developed due to rotation in a thin cylinder has already been derived. Okay, the stresses developed in thin cylinder already you have derived, have learned in the previous chapters. Okay, in this chapter, it has been assumed that hoof stress, that is nothing but hoof stress is nothing but circumferential stress. You know that hoof stress is nothing but a circumferential stress. Is uniform in the cylinder and is given by rho omega square r square. Understand? Rho omega square r square or rho v square. You can write it as v is equal to r omega. You know that linear velocity is equal to angular velocity into radius. You have this formula already. You have studied this formula in engineering mechanics. This one, linear v is equal to r omega. Yes, the formula is sigma stress is equal to rho omega square r square. You can write it as rho e square, where omega is equal to angular speed of rotation of a thin cylinder, mean radius of cylinder, density of a material of the cylinder. Rho is nothing but a density, and v is nothing but tangential velocity. Sigma is nothing but a hoop stress in the thin cylinder. Okay, in this chapter, we're going to study about the stresses developed due to rotation in a circular disc. Previously, I have studied about thin cylinders and thick cylinders, curved bars. Now, here you are going to study about stresses developed due to rotation in a circular disc and cylinders. The machine members of a rotating type and bodies like circular discs, cylinders, flywheels, etc., invariably rotate at a high speeds. Due to rotation, these members are subjected to centrifugal force. The stresses are set up in the material of these members due to centrifugal force. Already you know that circular discs, cylinders are also used in different applications. The machine members of a rotating type and bodies like circular disc, cylinders, flywheels, etc. invariably rotate at a high speed. Due to this rotation, these members are subjected to a centrifugal force. Due to this rotation, these members are subjected to centrifugal force. The stresses are set up in the material of these members due to centrifugal force. Due to centrifugal force, the stresses are set up in the material of these members. Also, in case of thin disk, the stress in axial direction is zero. If you consider a thin disk, the stress in axial direction is zero, but in case of a thick disk or long cylinder, the stress in axial direction will not be zero. That is nothing but a longitudinal direction along the axis will not be zero. If you consider a thin disk, the thickness will be very less. But in case of a thick disk or a long cylinder, the stress in axial direction, that is longitudinal direction, will not be zero. That is longitudinal direction will not be zero. Understand what is meant by the stresses, rotating stresses? It is nothing but whenever a disc or a flywheel or a cylinder is rotating with a high speed, due to rotation, these members are subject to the centrifugal force. The stresses are set up in the material of these members due to centrifugal force. Okay, those stresses are known as the stresses in a rotating disc. Okay, in case of a thin disk, the stress in axial direction is zero. In case of a thick disk, the stress in axial direction is will not be zero. That is, axial direction is nothing but a longitudinal direction here along the axis. If you consider a cylinder along the axis, okay, here he has given a derivation. Okay, I will explain the derivation in the next class. Why? Because we don't have that much of a time. It's a big derivation. Expression for stresses in a rotating thin disk. You're going to derive expression for stresses in a rotating thin disk. You are going to use this formula for solving the problems. Understand? It is a big derivation. Okay, here you have a three cases here for deriving this formula. You have a three cases. You are considering the three cases. First case is this one, which you have seen. First case is this one, stresses in a rotating thin disk. This is the first case, stresses in a rotating thin disk. In this one, okay, the stress is equal to, here the formula for stress, circumferential stress is C1 by C2, and will be the formula. C1 by 2 minus C2 by R square minus rho omega square R square by 8 into 1 plus 3 mu. know all the values. C1, C2 are obtained from the boundary conditions. Those are constants, and hence every term of RHS should be in Newton per meter square. Hence C1 and C2 will be in Newton per meter square. You know the value of, know the rho is nothing but rho is nothing but a constant density. The omega is nothing but angular velocity. R is nothing but radius. Mu is nothing but a Poisson's ratio here. This is the formula for circumferential stress in a rotating disk. Okay, the second case is the rotating circumferential stress and radial stress in a solid disk. Here you have two formulas. One is for radial stress, another one is for circumferential stress. You need to remember these formulas for solving the problems. One is the C1 by 2 plus C2 by R square minus rho omega square into R square by 8 into V plus mu. Both the formulas are same. Only the difference is this one, this part. Only the difference here it is this part. Both the formulas are same. Here it is 3 plus mu. This one is 1 plus 3 mu. Here it is 3 plus mu. This one is 3 plus mu. This one is 1 plus 3 mu. That is the difference. This formula is for radial stress and this formula is for circumferential stress. Next formula, next expression is expression for circumferential stress and radial stress in a solid disk. Here you are considering both these formulas for deriving this one. Okay, I will explain the derivations in the next class. Just go through the formulae. Here, radial stress is nothing but, this is the formula for radial stress, sigma r max. Sigma r is equal to this one. Sigma r is equal to rho omega square by 8 into 3 plus mu into r2 square. Sigma c is equal to rho omega square by 8 into 3 plus mu into r2 square. Okay, where sigma c at outer radius, if you are calculating at the outer radius, at the center, this formula is at the center. You have different conditions. Okay, the formula for sigma r is rho omega square by 8, rho omega square by 8, 3 plus mu, r2 minus r square. This one is rho omega square by 8, 3 plus mu, r2 square minus 1 plus 3 mu r. At the center, r is equal to 0. When you consider at the center, here r value will be 0. What happens then? This one will become 0. Only the remaining term is 3 plus p. Here also, this part will become 0. Here this part will become 0. The remaining term is this one, where sigma r max and sigma c max is equal to, both are same formula. Understand? When you see here at center, both are the same formulas. Sigma r max and sigma c max is equal to rho omega square by 8, 3 plus mu r2 square. That is the maximum radial stress and circumferential stress at the center for rotating solid disk. This formula is for solid disk. Similarly, this formula is for solid disk. Similarly, when you consider at outer radius, the radial stress is 0, but the circumferential stress is not 0. You know that outer radius, the radial stress will be 0 and circumferential should not be 0. Here r is equal to r2. Here in this formula you are substituting, instead of r2, instead of r you are substituting r2 here. Okay, here you are substituting r2 square minus r2 square. Here you are taking r2 common. You get rho omega square into r2 square by 4 into 1 minus mu. The next formula is expression for the radial stress and circumferential stress for a disk with a central hole. When you consider the disk with a central hole, the formula will be this one. The formula for sigma r is this one. Rho omega square by 8 into 3 plus mu r2 square plus r1 square minus r1 square r2 square by r square minus r square. Similarly, this is the formula for circumferential stress. Rho omega square by 8 3 plus mu r2 square plus r1 square minus r1 square r2 square by r2 square minus r square. Here you have 1 plus 3 mu by 3 plus mu. Okay, when you compare these two formulas, both are similar. Only the extra part in this formula is this one. Understand? Only the extra part in this formula is 1 plus. Only the extra part in this formula is 1 plus 3 mu by 3 plus mu. Understand? 1 plus 3 mu by 3 plus mu. The maximum value of a sigma c. The formula for maximum stress is similarly rho omega square by 4. It is nothing but rho omega square r square sigma c max. Here it is rho omega square by 4 into 3 plus mu into r2 square plus 1 minus mu into 3 plus mu by into r1. Ima, are you able to understand? Just I am explaining the formulae which are going to use in this problems. Then maximum value of sigma r. Okay, the maximum value of sigma r is rho omega square by 8 into 3 plus mu r2 minus r1 whole square. 3 plus mu into r2 minus r1 whole square. Here it is rho omega square by 4 3 plus mu r2 square into 1 minus mu by 3 plus mu into r1 square. If r1 tends to r2 is equal to r, if r1 and r2 is equal to r, we are substituting in this formula. This formula you are substituting r is equal to r1 is equal to r, then this will become rho omega square r square. Similarly here also when r is equal to r2, then this formula will become this one. Value of sigma at outer surface of a disk with a central hole. Here the another condition, value of a sigma c at the outer surface of a disk with a central hole. This is 1 rho omega square by 4 3 plus mu r1 square plus 1 minus mu in by 3 plus mu into r2 square. Then expression for maximum and minimum stress, maximum circumferential, maximum radial stress for hollow disk with a pinhole at the center. These are the two expressions: maximum stress, maximum radial stress, maximum circumferential stress. Rho omega square into r2 square by 8 into 3 plus mu, rho omega square into r2 square by 4 into 3 plus mu. These are the two formulas. Rotating disk. The maximum circumference in a solid disk is given by the equation 22.5 as sigma c for a solid disk rho omega square by 8 into 3 plus mu into r2 square. 3 plus mu into r2 square. Rho omega square by 8 into 3 plus mu into r2 square. If we compare the maximum circumferential stress in a solid disk and the disk with a pinhole at the center, the maximum tensile stress in a disk with a pinhole at the center is 2 times of a maximum stress in a solid disk. When you compare here, both the formulas are same here. This formula and this formula are same, but when you multiply with 2 here, what happens? It is 2 times of this one. Sigma c max is equal to 2 into sigma c max of a solid disk. Okay, solid disk, hollow disk is equal to 2 times of solid disk. Understand? 2 times the maximum surface stress in a solid disk. Okay, these are the formulas you're going to use in solving the problems. Let us see one problem, how to solve it. Here he has given one problem, a steel disc of uniform thickness and of diameter 900 mm. He has given a disc with a 900 mm. He has given a disc with a 900 mm. He is rotating about its axis at a 300 rpm. He has given a diameter as 900 mm and about its axis at 300 mm. It is rotating with 300 rpm. Speed n is equal to 300 rpm. Determine the radial and circumferential stresses. Okay, determine the radial and circumferential stresses. You have to determine at the center and outer radius. He has asked you to determine at a center as well as at outer radius. He has given the density of a material. He has given the density of material as 7,800 kg per meter square and Poisson's ratio as 0.3. Okay, here you are taking the diameter as, here you are considering the diameter as 900 mm, then radius of the disc is r is equal to 900 by 2, 450 mm, 0.4 meters, 45 meters. Then speed is 300 rpm. Then angular speed is equal to omega is equal to 2 pi n by 60. It is 100 pi radians per second. Okay, then density is equal to this one, mu is equal to this one. You have a formulas for both radial and circumferential stress. The formula for radial stress is this one, sigma r is equal to c1 by 2 plus c2 by r square rho omega square into r square by 8, 3 plus mu. This one is 1 plus 3 mu. That is the difference here. As the stress cannot have an infinite value at r is equal to 0, hence C2 should be 0. Hence equation 1 and 2 becomes as, he has given, we are considering that as the stresses cannot have an infinite value at r is equal to 0, at radius is equal to 0, you don't know what is the value here. Understand? The stresses cannot have a infinite value at r is equal to 0. We consider C2 by 0. If we consider in this formula, we consider at center, stresses cannot have an infinite value at r is equal to 0. That is, so when you consider here r as a 0, c2 by 0 is nothing but 1 by 0 is nothing but anything is infinity. So c2, this value cannot be infinity. So here you are considering the c2 as a 0. Hence the equation will become this one, c1 by 2 minus rho omega square by omega square r square by 8 into 3 plus mu c1 by 2 minus rho omega square r square by 8 into 1 plus 3 mu. After that, you are considering at the outer radius, sigma r is equal to 0. This means at r is equal to 0.45 meters. Sigma r is equal to 0. Substitute these values in equation 3, we get. You are taking the formula of radial stress. You have a condition that at outer radius, the radial stress will be 0. So you are considering at outer radius, it is 0.45 meters. When r is equal to 0.45, sigma r is equal to 0. You are substituting in this formula, you get a value of C1. After getting this value of C1, substitute the value of C1 in equation 3 and 4. Sigma r, sigma c. Then at r is equal to 0, sigma r, sigma c is equal to, at r is equal to 0, sigma r, sigma c is equal to these values. R is equal to 0 means this total term will become 0. At r is equal to 0.45, at a outer surface, sigma r is equal to 0, then sigma c value will be this one. Understand? Ma, are you able to understand? Very simple problem. Are you able to understand? Very simple problem. Just go through it. Just he has used only one condition. Initially he has taken C2 as 0. Why? Because C2 value should not be infinity. Why? Because initially at the center the radius is 0. So here C2 by 0 it will become infinity. So it should not be infinity. It is a constant value. So you are considering C2 as a 0 value. After that you are considering the condition that the sigma r is 0 at outer surface, that is at radius 0.45. Substituting, you are calculating the value of C1 and substituting the value of C1 in those two formulas. After substituting it, C1 and C2 values in these two formulas, substituting at center at r is equal to 0, you are calculating the value of radial stress and circumferential stress. Similarly, at r is equal to at outer surface, that is 0.45, at r is equal to 0.45, then sigma r value is 0 automatically, then sigma c value you are calculating. Understand? This way you have to solve this problem. Do you have any doubts? Very simple problem, just the formula and substitution. Ma, do you have any doubts? Ma, do you have any doubts in this problem? Say yes or no. If you have any doubts, what is the doubt? Everything is clear? Ma, is everything is clear? Can we move to the next problem? Okay. The next problem is, if for the problem 22.1, in the previous problem what he has given, you are using the same problem and same data. For the if for the problem, the previous problem data you are considering, if for the problem 22.1, the disk is having a central hole of 150 diameter, then the diameter, then determine first bit circumferential stress at inner radius and outer radius, radius at which radial stress is maximum, and maximum radial stress. Okay, he has taken this previous problem with a center hole of 150 diameter, then determine the circumferential stress at inner radius and outer radius, radius at which the radial stress is maximum, and the maximum radial stress, and the maximum radial stress. So in the given problem here, R2 is 0.45. Outer radius, you know that 0.45, omega is 100 pi, already you have calculated. The rho value is already has given, mu value is given, Here he has given inner diameter as 150 mm. The given data here it is inner radius as 150 mm. Is given inner diameter as 150 mm, then inner radius is 75 mm, 0.075 meters. Okay, it is a printing mistake. It is a meter, 0.075 meters circumferential stress at the inner surface. Here we are calculating the circumferential stress at inner and outer radii. Calculating circumferential stress at inner and outer radii. The circumferential stress at disk with a central hole is maximum at inner radius. This stress is given by the equation. You have a formula for it. The formula is this one: sigma C max is equal to rho omega square by 4 3 plus mu into R2 square plus 1 minus mu by 3 plus mu into r1 square. Okay, then substitute all the values. You know the value of rho omega 3 mu r2 mu r1. Substitute here, you get sigma C max. The circumferential stress outer radius is given by the equation sigma C is equal to, here also you know all the values, substitute there. Then radius at which radial stress is maximum. The radius at which the radial stress is maximum is given by the equation R is equal to under root of R1 into R2, that is equal to 0.1837 meters. Then maximum radial stress. The maximum radial stress formula is sigma R max, that is rho omega square by 8 3 plus mu into R2 minus R1 whole square. That is, if you substitute all the values, rho, omega, mu, R2, R1, okay, here R1 is nothing but 0.75, okay, then we'll get the maximum radial stress. Directly formula and substitution. Understand? Are you able to understand? Okay, if you know the formulas, you can solve these problems easily. Okay, next, I'm going to the next problem. For the data given in the above problem, plot the variations of circumferential and radial stresses along the radius of the solid disk. Okay, for the data given in the problem, previous problem, plot the variations of circumferential radial stress along the radius of the solid disk. Take radius along y-axis and stresses along x-axis. Also plot the variations taking Also plot the variations taking r along the x-axis and stresses along the y-axis. Also plot the r radius r along the y-axis and stresses along the x-axis. You know the formula, directly you can substitute here. Okay, simple problem. N is equal to 3000 rpm, that is 100 pi. Rho you know, mu you know, r2 you know. The circumference is a solid disk at any radius r is given by equation as sigma c is equal to rho omega square by 8 3 plus mu r2 square minus 1 plus 3 mu r square. Okay, substitute here. Okay, here it is in terms of r now. Simplify it. It is in terms of r now. When you substitute here, by substituting the difference values of r in the above equation, the different values of sigma c will get. If r is equal to 0, if you substitute r is equal to 0, this term will become 0. If you simplify the remaining term, this term will become 0. Understand? Then substitute here. If you substitute at r is equal to 0 in this formula, r is equal to 0 0.5, 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3, 0 0.4, 0 0.45. You'll get all the values. Similarly, for the radial stress. Radial stress also you have formula r2 square minus r square. R is an unknown value. Okay, you are writing the equation in terms of r, then at substituting in terms of r at r is equal to 0, r is equal to 0.1, later radial stress. After getting all these values, plotting a curve, he has given that take the radius along y-axis and stress along x-axis. First you are plotting the curve for sigma c and sigma r. Okay, here we are taking the radius along x-axis, radius along y-axis, and stresses along x-axis. At 0, the value is this much. At 0, the radial stress is 64.3. Here you are substituting. At 0, the radial stress value is 63. You are marking all the values along at 0, 0 0.0, 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3, 0 0.4. Radius, you are substituting all the values and we will draw the curve joining this one. Understand? In this way, you have to here in the see the second diagram. If the radius is taken along x-axis and stresses along y-axis, the variation of sigma c and sigma r will be as shown in figure. Okay, if you take stresses along y-axis and the radius along x-axis, understand? If you take stresses along x-axis, y-axis and radius along x-axis and substitute the same values. Whatever you have calculated, you will get the curve like this. Understand? Very simple problem. Now, next problem is also same. For the problem, for the above problem, plot the variation of circumferential and radial stresses along the radius of disk with a central hole. Same problem, you have a standard formula here. Okay, simplify it. You have already this formula. Okay, substitute all the values and simplify in terms of r. Okay, here you have r1 r2 values. R value is unknown value. R1 is 75, r 0.075, r2 is 0.45. Okay, substitute values. R is an unknown value where you have to substitute here. Okay, here you are substituting r is equal to 0 0.075, 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3, 0 0.4, 0 0.45, and you are calculating. Similarly, for the radius stress, you are all substituting the values in terms of r, and here at r is equal to 0 0.075, 0 0.1, 0 0.1837 at a maximum sigma r is the maximum at r, that is root of r1 into r2. Here you are calculating it, root of r1 into r2. Sigma radial stress is maximum at root of r1 into r2, that is at 0.1837 meters. So you are calculating there as well. Understand? Then r is equal to 0 0.2, 0 0.3, 0 0.4, 0 0.45. Then here you are plotting the curve. Here you are taking stress along x-axis and radius along y-axis and plotting this curve. This one is the radial stress, which is maximum at 1.0.1837 meters. Understand? Here it is circumferential stress. Similarly, you are plotting the stress along y-axis and radius along x-axis. You will plot the curve. Understand? You have another problem. For the problem 22.1 and 22.2, find the maximum shear stress in the solid disk and in the disk with a central core. The maximum shear stress at any radius is given by tau max is equal to half sigma c minus sigma r. You know the value of sigma c and sigma r for solid disk. Okay, in case of a solid this, the stress is calculated in problem 22 point what center R, sigma R and sigma C is equal to 64.3, whereas the stresses at outer radius is sigma R is equal to 0, sigma C is 27.276. Hence the principal stresses at center are, these two are the principal stresses. So the shear stress at the center is 0. Then the principal stress at the outer radius is this one 27.27. Shear stress at outer radius is half into 27.27 minus 0, that is 13.638. Then maximum shear stress is at the outer radius and equal to 13.638 mega Newton per meter square. Understand? Very simple problem. Here we have tau max is equal to sigma C minus sigma R. For a solid disk, sigma R and sigma C will be equal at the center, whereas at the outer radius sigma R is equal to 0 and sigma C is 27.27. You are substituting the value. Shear stress at the center is 0. Then the principal stress at outer radius is 27.276. Then you substitute here, you will get the maximum shear stress at outer radius. Okay, similarly, when you see the disk with a central hole, when you consider a disk with a central hole, here you have for inner radius sigma C is equal to 129.367 mega Newton per meter square and sigma R is equal to 0. For at outer radius, sigma C is equal to 30.85 and sigma R is equal to 0. Then principal stresses at inner radius are this one, principal stresses at outer radius is this one. Hence the maximum stress will be E at a inner radius, that is sigma max is equal to 1 by 2 into sigma C minus sigma R, that is 129.367 by 2, that is 64.683. Okay, this way you have to calculate. We ask a maximum shear stress in the solid disk and in a disk with a central hole. Understand? These are the problems which you have seen today. Okay, based upon the application of the above derivation. You have another topic called disk of uniform strength. I will explain you in the next class. This one again you have a problems on this formulae. Okay, Uma, do you have any doubts? Just go through these problems, practice it. Okay, simple problems are there. Just go through it, practice it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the tomorrow's class. Understand? Uma, anybody has any doubt? Now, please inform your classmates to attend the classes regularly. These attendance will be considered. Again, these classes will not be repeated after the lockdown, after the college, after lockdown. If lockdown, after opening of the lockdown, okay, again the college reopens. Only you have your examinations. No classwork will be there. So prepare well for your exams, go through all the syllabus, and get ready for your examinations. Whenever the lockdown opens, okay, and the higher education will give the permission, okay, the classwork, the college reopens, and you have a examinations. So go through it, go through all the syllabus, get ready for it. Please inform your friends to attend all the online classes regularly. Only today 23 members have been attended. Have all the roll numbers with me. Okay, here in this software Every data, whatever you have entered in the chat box, it is recorded and saved in my desktop. At what time you have entered, what time you have left, with the time it is giving all with your roll numbers, all the data. Now, do you have any doubts? Is it clear for you? Everyone, do you have any doubts in this session? Okay, can we end the class? Thank you for attending. Go through all the problems which I have explained you today. Okay, in tomorrow's class, you're going to go through the derivation of solid disk and disk with a central hole. Thank you for attending.